Okay, got 2 people. 10. We are missing. All right, everybody's here. Okay, good. All right, good morning. Good morning. If you just came in, good morning. Good morning to you. We are going to first review proteins. So have your macromolecule chart out, and then we're going to move on to filling out what we need to know about carbohydrates. So I am okay. And I'm going to let you do this as a student-paced activity. I will be moving through it with you. Okay, so let me put this link in the chat. Yes, I got to copy it again. It's not pasting. There it goes. Things are wacky today. All right, go paste. There we go. All right, so that's the link for the Nearpod. Since we're all here, we can all go forward. And I put it in as student progress, but I am going to keep up with you. So I want to see all participation. I'll just be logged in and disappear on me. Okay. All right, so again, the Nearpod link is in the chat. In a minute, I should see whether everybody's logged in or not. Okay, so right now, Chewy. Good morning, Chewy. All right, I only got this supposed to be 12 people signed in, so wake up everybody. Sign into your Nearpod. Once you're signed in, go ahead and continue. I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. All right, we are looking at proteins today. So again, have your chart handy. And again, the chart is designed to be a study tool, not just something that we're doing. It's supposed to be a study tool. So it'll have information on it that will help you, as well as you'll get information from watching this. If there's something you want to add to your chart from this Nearpod, that you're more than welcome to do so. This is your chart. You can add anything you like on there. Okay. Let's get through all of those. All of those. Alrighty. Again, I still don't have everybody in. All right, so the first, and it is keeping a record of your answers. So remember that. So at the end, I'm going to go look and put a participation score in the gradebook for you having completed the Nearpod. So make sure that you're doing it. So the first thing they ask you is to look at prior knowledge of proteins and explore the Mexican cafe. And I think you had a picture. I don't know, it's not showing me the picture, but you should have a picture of a cafe. My screen is blank. Is your screen blank? All right, so just keep going and I'm going to be checking the board. Checking the board. keep going. But everybody should be in. So I'm going to stop sharing for a minute, but everybody should be in. And prior knowledge means that you have a that has some knowledge about protein. So nobody should say, I don't know. All right, I only have 10 people logged in. I need 12. So there's some of you who are not logged in. Let me go back. Who am I missing? Okay. Okay, I found, maybe I need to read. Oh no, there you are. All right, Andrew, I don't see you on my list. Do you have the code? All right, now this is just a warm-up exercise. So this is not an all day thing. So everybody needs to be doing this now. This won't take long. Again, the Nearpod keeps a record of all your participation, and I will add that as a score in the grade book at the end of the day. So make sure that you are answering all the questions, posting all the things where it says post on the share board. You need to post your answers on the share board. Do not skip any of the questions. You mean the slides? Yes, you're going to go all the way to the end. Do all of the slides. Oh, and I still say, in spite of what I said, y'all were not supposed to say, I don't know anything. So two people say, again, you have a chart. We did proteins. You shouldn't be saying, I don't know anything. Gotta know something. It's not our first look at proteins. Again, don't skip any. And I hope you're watching the video. Don't skip it. I do appreciate some of you who did several attempts to get that 100, as you should.
Amino acids share this backbone. The main difference between every amino acid is the fibers seen here. And these fibers give each of the amino acids their different characteristic. Alanine, you've already discussed amino acids share this backbone. But if you look closely, the carbon atom at the center. This is the carbon atom at the center of the amino acid. This atom is essentially what holds the amino acid together as the other groups bind to it. The central carbon atom is also the point at which the other parts of the amino acid rotate. We'll learn more about how this happens and why it is important a little later. Now let's look at the amino group. An amino group is composed of nitrogen and hydrogen. This is the amino group of the amino acid. Notice that it has a nitrogen atom. The word amine is a Latin word that refers to any molecule that is similar to ammonia, such as this amino group. Now let's look at the carboxyl group, which is the acid part of the amino acid. The carboxyl group contains carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. The carboxyl group of the amino acid. Notice that it has a carbon bound to two oxygen atoms. This is where the group gets its name, carboxyl. The hydrogen attached to one of the oxygen atoms is what gives the amino acid its acid properties. The final two groups are easy. The first is a hydrogen atom that is bound to the central carbon atom. The second is the side group, which we discussed earlier. The side group is different for each amino acid, and it will affect how the amino acid acts when it binds to other amino acids.
I remember with the question that asked about the circling the amino acid groups. Make sure you're doing what it says. You want to circle the R group. You want to box around the amine group, a triangle. Use your tool, your writing tool. Use shapes if you can, but just use your writing tool to do a box to the best of your ability. A circle and a triangle. Xavier, check your notes, the chat. Just okay. Most of you are doing a real good job of keeping up with the grade book, so a lot of you have 100. If there is the assignments will always have an availability date. And once that closes, you probably don't have access to the assignment anymore. What I will do is extend the availability date if you need me to, but you have to let me know. But I will not change the late date. So it's still late. Okay, so you need to try to make sure that things are done on time. But I would prefer a grade rather than a zero. So if you're missing something, please make sure you let me know if you cannot access it. So I went in, there were two assignments that I had to extend the dates on, but I extended the date until tomorrow. But it still was due whenever it was due. So it's still late, but it's better than a zero. Okay, that being said. All right, so again, uh, continue working on the Nearpod. All of those scores will be collected and a Nearpod grade will be entered in the grade book. So make sure you're working on that and you get that completed. Don't leave anything blank. Don't give away your grade by trying to skip over a question. And again, I don't know is not an answer. Okay. All right. I'm going to, I saw somebody adding notes to the bottom of their chart, and that you're welcome to do that if you feel like it's not going to fit inside your module. I mean, in your organizer box. If you are done with the module, with the Nearpod, I want you to come back and look at your graphic organizer. Make sure that, again, my doesn't have all the words and things that I've asked you to put on yours, but I do have some things that you have. So compare yours to mine, and you may have more, but you can't have less. So I do want you to go back and make sure that you, in the first column, mention that proteins are made up of the elements, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. You should have a picture of the 20 different types of amino acids and say that there are 20 different types of amino acids. You may have other distinguishing features. All right, I notice one of the activities that you have is to identify all of the parts of the backbone of an amino acid. So the monomer column, you should have that picture. In the polymer column, you should have the picture showing that amino acids can make chains and form different. So the first one, while it says amino acid, it really is a polypeptide chain. It is a bunch of amino acids linked together. So it can look like a chain, it can look like a spiral, it can fold in on itself and form what this last one says, a complex protein molecule. You should, in your last column, you should have meats and eggs and tissues are examples, but so are enzymes, hormones, and steroids. So make sure, so once you finish the Nearpod, make sure that, I'm gonna leave this up for a minute. I'll put it back up in a second, but make sure that you have everything. Like I said, you can have more. So you should have a definite definition for what the function of a protein is. I didn't type that in, but you should have one. You should have comments you want to put under distinguishing features. So the first two columns are on you. Okay. I have given you the last three columns. Put as much information as you can. This is a study tool for you. You can add some things that you've just learned from the Nearpod about proteins, add them in if you need to. When it comes to taking a test, you can use this as a study tool, your cheat sheet, so to speak. I also want to say that they started tutorials this week, so I am available for tutoring on Tuesdays and Fridays after 1:30. So please, if you need to make an appointment, you may do so in the afternoons, Tuesdays, and between 1:30 and 2:30, because after that there are meetings. All right, we're going to look at carbohydrates next. I want to give everybody a chance to finish the Nearpod. I'll stop sharing so I can see where it is. Again, make sure you answer all the questions. That'll be a completion. The score is out of how many assignments activities you completed in the Nearpod. So don't give away your grade by skipping any. This is student pace so that you can take your time, go back, forward as needed. All right, and make sure that you use class time for class time. I'm not the only one monitoring whatever your screen that you're on. I remember some of the slides will not let you go forward until you answer them. Like again, answer everything. Don't leave anything blank. It does record your answers. Okay, a couple of you are not finished yet. Please make sure that you complete this because, like I said, it gives a total score at the end, and that is the score that is going in the grade book. Avian, I don't know what you're doing, but yours is like 90% incomplete. And again, whatever the score is on the report, that's the grade I'm putting in the grade book, folks. So please make sure you're doing what you need to do. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people who are finished. Again, if you are finished, okay, yeah, I'll put the chart back up. If you are finished, I'm going to put the chart back up. Make sure that you have completed your chart. Ronnie, you left us. You coming back? Okay, before I put the chart back up, I want to look at the module. So let me tell you where you should be as far as the module is concerned. Okay, pull my share screen up. Again, I only have 4 people who have completed the Nearpod, so please make sure that you've completed that. I'm about to put those scores in the grade book now. So if by the end of class, this should be completed. This should not be something that you're doing later. You should have been working on this during class. Everybody is present, so it's not like I need to worry about somebody being absent. All right, as far as the module is concerned, we are on the, you need to, if you're already done, look at the module in Canvas on proteins. We've watched that video already. Go through this and make sure that, so we took our information for proteins from this block right here. So if there's anything in here as far as function is concerned, this is what you should have in your first box as far as protein functions. Okay, that's it for that. We watched his crazy video. Yes, no. All right. We'll talk about enzymes later. Right now, we just need to know that enzymes are made of proteins and they are important. So read that over if you are done. And I saw that it was mentioned in the Nearpod. Make sure that you complete this activity and this one as well. Do the protein challenge. All right. We are due for a quiz, so make sure that you have done that. That being said, your macro, somebody asked about the macromolecule chart. All right, you should have at least that much. You should have more in your first box than I have right now. Like I said, get the function from the module, but everything else you should have. We're going to do carbohydrates next, so you can take a look at what I have here for carbohydrates. But if you don't have it right now, don't worry about it. I'm trying to get this so that it's not. Oh, I guess that's a good spot right there. All right, so after today, we're not going to talk about proteins anymore, the chart. We're going to deal with carbohydrates next, and then we'll deal with lipids. So going through the module, that's how we're going to do that. All right, Avian, I hope you're completing your Nearpod. because that's due today, not tomorrow, not next week. It's due today. It's open today. Everybody's present today. It's going to close today. I guess not. Again, the first picture under distinguishing is showing that there are 20 different kinds of amino acids. Like later on, when we talk about protein synthesis, we'll worry about what their names are and what they do and how they bond together. Right now, we just need to know that there are 20 different kinds of amino acids. We need to know that the monomer is an amino acid, and they link together like they look like a chain of pearls when they link together. So that's why the picture over here looks like and this one too, looks like a string of pearls. So they can form chains, they can curl up, or they can just wrap and fold one on top of another to form a complex protein molecule. Okay, so one unit is an amino acid. Several units or a polymer is a protein. All the meats you eat, chicken, hamburger, fish, all of those are proteins. Eggs are proteins. Milk is protein. They make up the tissues, all your tissues, your eye tissue, skin tissue, muscle tissues. Those are all made of protein. The other important, extremely important substance that's made of protein are the hormones, sorry, the enzymes, then the hormones and the steroids. But enzymes are extremely important. All right, any questions about those so far? All right, I'm going to stop talking, let you finish, let you finish, let you finish. It's important to finish. Several of you are not finished. So please make sure you complete the Nearpod. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm going to enter whatever total score is in the Nearpod. This is a today activity, not a tomorrow. Tomorrow, you can do the code. You can go back in and keep a record of the code if you don't finish so that you can go back in so that you can, hey, man, what are you doing? We got a little more than 5 minutes left to class. Any questions? Any questions? You're welcome. Yes, after last Friday, I figured y'all needed a little the help. And we're going to do the same thing with carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acids, and water. I did, originally had not added water to the chart, but we're going to, so your chart should have water underneath nucleic acids, and we're going to get to that. And again, when we get there, I will help you add the pictures on. So I think we started with those, but we're going to take them one row at a time rather than try to add all the pictures at one time. So right now, just be concerned that you have at least this much. The thing that we had not talked about is what they're made up of. So you're gonna find that all living things, if you watch space movies, if you watch Star Trek and things like that, they refer to humans as a carbon molecule, a carbon entity. All living things have a carbon in them. That's what makes them living. So you're going to find all of these molecules are made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and maybe something else. All right, so proteins have nitrogen in them. That's what makes them special. Carbohydrates don't have nitrogen in them at all. So they are hydrates. The important thing with a carbohydrate is the water molecule that it forms, but it's carbon attached to water molecules. When we look at lipids, you're going to find that it too is made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, but what makes it different is its long chain. So it's like a carbohydrate, but bigger. So that's what we'll look at as far as a difference there. When we get to talking about nucleic acids, those are a totally different ball of wax. All right, so if you have no questions for me, you are welcome to log out. But don't log out if you finish your Nearpod. Please finish your Nearpod. And that should only be 4 or 5 people. Everybody else should still be working. And the one person who wasn't working logged out. Okay.